What's up, guys and girls? Welcome back. Before we get into actually positioning elements, I want to talk to you about two quirks from the last episode. And I want to talk about how we actually fix those quirks and how most people do it. So where we left off in the last episode, we have a cat on the left, we have a dog in a box on the right, we have both of them are boxes. How or why do we have extra space here? Right? Why not end the box right where the dog ends or the dog's box ends? And the answer to that is we have given this box a width of 1500 pixels. That's just some number we came up with, right? It was an arbitrary number to make sure both boxes fit. But what if we wanted to get it exactly at the end? And the way to do that is to actually use a calculator and calculate the widths along with the margins. So if I right click this, go to inspect, we'll see that the width is 510 pixels, right? That's 510 pixels. And this is 510 pixels too. Right? And the margin in between, as we know from what we've done here, is 20 pixels. So let's go to Google. Let's do 510 plus 510 plus 20. And the answer to that is 1040. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it in our width here. And sure as expected, we have a perfect fit. Right? And this is how you make sure that your box has enough. And as you can see now, enough on it's perfectly centered on both the left and the right with the margins in between. And this is how you actually center something in the middle of the page. Now, what we're going to do is we're also going to add some padding to this box. So let me just say 200 or 100 pixels, right? Just to make sure it's a little more beautiful. Okay, so we've got the cat box on the left, we've got the dog box on the right, and we've got this master div in the back. And sometimes when you want to center things, you can actually just remove the background color. I'm going to do that. And as you can see now, there is a div that's actually holding these two boxes together, but you can't see it, right? It's completely transparent. And that's how you actually position more than one element in in the center of something, right? You use another div, which is then centered perfectly. So this is how you do that. But I want to introduce a problem into the situation. I want to create a new div right below this. I'm just going to, write the words hello and /div. And as you can see, this fell right below, right? It fell right to the left. But what you don't realize is it's actually absorbing a property of these boxes here. It's being floated too. Whether you realize it or not, it's being floated. So how do you unfloat this? So let's do something interesting, right? Let's take this entire, play box and let's paste it and let's remove the floats on the margins, right? Let's just remove that and let's refresh. Now, as you can see, something interesting happened, right? There's just a random dog there. The rest of the box hasn't been, I can't see the rest of the box, even though I copied the entirety of the box, right? I can't see it there. I don't know why. And the answer to this is because floats, when you use them, can screw up your entire layout, right? Floats have to be ended. When you start a float, you have to end it too. So if I right click this to see what's going on, I'll see that, there's a first play box that's floated to the left. There's another play box that's floated to the left again and with a margin. And the third play box, it somehow captures the entire float. It somehow captures the entire other two play boxes. It just doesn't make sense. Right? We haven't given this a float. We haven't even given it permission to go and absorb something else. But somehow the boundaries are showing you some weird metrics. It just doesn't look normal. So what you need to do is you need to understand that when you use floats, you have to end a float by using something called a clear. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here and we're going to create a new class called clear float. And to clear floats, which is to clear if you've ever used float left or float right, and you want to stop that now, you say clear both. And you do a colon, right? That just clears all floats that have happened so far. And we'll create a new div. We'll just go here and we'll say div class equal to clear float, right? /div. And that should clear your divs. And finally, now this is not affected by the floats of the previous thing. Like I said, floats can screw things up. You need to clear a float when you're done stacking things next to each other. So a lot of times you've gone to websites where there are different pricing plans. You see the first pricing plan, you see the second pricing plan, you see the third pricing plan, and below that there's some text. So right after, if the person who's built the website has used floats, after the third pricing plan, they have to clear the floats, right? So that the next element that they create isn't affected by the floats, right? So that's how we use clear. We need to clear the floats. So that's it for this video. We learned how to clear floats. We learned how to calculate the exact width of a div. And in the next episode, we're actually going to learn how to position certain badges which use a different kind of positioning. Catch you on the next one.